You are tuned to Cafe Cabaret. At 11 p.m. tonight, we'll be bringing you the Flannels, Dung Beetle, and Winston's Diary, as well as all your other favorites. This is the special meeting of a city council. It's a conference of various restaurants in the Central Square, Cambridge area. Among them are La Grosseria, the India Pavilion, 798 Main, Green Street Grill, Toscanini's Ice Cream, the Korea Garden Restaurant, the Gandhi Restaurant, George's Pub and Grill, Al's Lunch, the Middle East Restaurant, who is also sponsoring this particular coverage, O Calcutta, TT the Bear's Place, and Asmara. All of these restaurants are found in the Central Square area. La Grosseria is on 853 Main Street, the India Pavilion at 17 Central Square. 798 Main, as its name implies, is at 798 Main Street. The Green Street Grill is at 280 Green Street. Toscanini's is at 899 Main Street. The Korea Garden Restaurant is at 20 Pearl Street. You can find the Gandhi Restaurant at 704 Massachusetts Avenue. George's Pub and Grill is at 12 Central Square. Al's Lunch at 901 Main Street. The Middle East Restaurant at 472 Massachusetts Avenue. O Calcutta immediately next door at 468 Mass Ave, and just around the corner, TT the Bears at 10 Brookline Street. Rounding off the list, Asmara is located at 714 Massachusetts Avenue. The restaurants have consented to set out platters of their goods, and soon there will be an address by a member of the Cambridge City Council and various officials. And to follow a roundtable discussion. You are tuned to Cafe Cabaret, channel 55. We thank you for your viewing. Please call the station if you have any comments or suggestions about our programming. We will now begin with the portion of our show which will be taped live. My name is Francis DiMenno. Mayor Ken Reeves.
All right. Could I have your attention, please? Could I have your attention, please? Thank you for coming to the kickoff of the International Restaurants of Central Square's campaign to introduce people to Central Square and the great restaurants in Central Square. There's 13 of us, and it ranges from Korean to African to Italian to Middle East to every kind of restaurant you want. And we think that we have the best restaurants, I say in the country, but certainly in the greater Boston area. And this is a campaign, there's coupons in all of these brochures to be used at the restaurants, and it's a chance for people to win $1,000 worth of gift certificates to the restaurants. And with that, I'd like to introduce my friend and the mayor of Cambridge to speak a little bit about our new venture.
Thank you, John. Again, welcome to all of you. The International Restaurants of Cambridge, and particularly of Central Square, really represent the heart of what Cambridge is, because they celebrate the diversity in terms of their range and also in terms of the wonderful array of foods they provide. Now, I can speak to the issue of how good the food is because I used to be able to wear these suits with a lot more comfort. But I am a real patron of the restaurants that you see here, and I can tell you that there really is nowhere in the country that you can find some of the cuisines that we have right here in Central Square. And it seems to make sense to me, and it obviously does to these international restaurateurs, that if anybody in Greater Boston wants to eat, there's no place to eat like here in Cambridge. So this, in truth, is a sort of a beginning to a campaign to have all of Greater Boston come here to Cambridge and eat. And that is something you can do. You can eat here 7 nights a week and still not have repeated any of the cuisines and come the next week and do a good job of not repeating as well. I'm excited about the campaign because I think it takes one of the city's real jewels, this sort of range of cuisines, And it really says to the world, look what we have here and come and try us. There are many people who love Central Square in Cambridge. And we want not only Canterburyans to continue to eat and eat more frequently out in the city, particularly in Central Square, but also to have people from around the greater Boston area do so. We have some new additions. We have gone Brazilian now with the introduction of Pampas Restaurant. We have a wonderful new Chinese restaurant, Mimi's, in addition to all of the restaurants that you see represented here. If you want to understand another culture through the food is a great way to do so. I will just share with you a couple small things. We have an African Sister City campaign that is about to choose a sister city, and they will be eating with Mr. Abebe Waldu at the Asmara restaurant. Mr. Monan Singh, who is next to me, has a number of Indian restaurants close to us. Mr. Clifford has the Green Street Grill with Chef Leffins, which is food that is found nowhere else in the world except one restaurant in St. Martin called Callaloo. So if you can't go to St. Martin, you can go there. The range is extraordinary. Many of you have been to La Grosseria, where the Italian delicacies upstairs and downstairs are extraordinary. We have 795 Main Street. We obviously have the wonderful Middle East, which is for food, music, and people. It could not be beat. And I could go on, and I eat too much at too many of these places. But this is a campaign that's real. We have a great offering at the banquet table of Cambridge, and we want everybody to come sit and enjoy the food and have a good time in our city. Thank you.
Mayor Ken Reeves.
I'll just say a few more words. Several months ago, Carl Barron, the president of the Central Square Business Association, got us together and said, you guys should get together. And before that, at some level, we were competitors. And what we found out is coming together, we were not really competitors, that we could learn from each other, we could learn a lot, and that we could grow together. And with this, we think that we're not competitors, that we can feed into each other's businesses, and we're not afraid of each other. We want to help each other and to build up Central Square. And with this, I mean, we want more restaurants. We really want to make it the international center for restaurants. We think that it's a very strong point in Cambridge and for any place to introduce people to an area, and that people don't have to be afraid or be uptight or insecure about Central Square, that they know that it has the great things to offer that Cambridge has to offer, and the diversity that Cambridge has to offer. So we want people to spread the word about the restaurants and about Central Square, so that we'll have, so everybody will know this. We also are going to do a number of non-profit things. We're going to, the Children and Family Services are having a fundraiser at the Child's Hotel on April the 29th. Together, we're going to have Central Square theme in that. We're going to donate our food and time so that the Children and Family Services can get some money. And we have a number of other projects like that in the offering. So we're not just profit motive alone. We want to build up Central Square, and we want to help people. I mean, we think that we're part of the society, that we're part, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So we want to be part of the solution to Cambridge, and with Carl's direction, we think we're taking the first step in that direction, and we want to do many more endeavors like this. And with that, I'll introduce Bruce Frankel from 798 Main Street.
Thank you. I just want to echo John's comment and thank Mr. Barron, who brought us all together about a year ago and explained to us that working together we could accomplish a lot more than working apart and working individually. And who showed us that fellowship and civic and community involvement could be as important as profit. And for that, we thank you and hope you'll stay with us and we can keep doing this and more of these things in the future. Thank you.
I'm very reluctant to take up too much of your time, but I would like to make several comments. One, when the idea originally came came to me about getting the restaurant groups together, it came because of the fact we were looking for the best assets that Central Square had. And the assets, as we went through physically, buildings, the area, the location, and so forth, actually developed and turned upon human beings, local business people. And the best one of all was the diversity of restaurants that we had there. I have found that in working with the restaurant owners, a willingness to cooperate. They got over the idea they were competitors. I trust that you've noted a feeling of friendliness, and it's developed into cooperation and work into what you see here today. I'm very pleased because I'm vitally interested in the well-being of Central Square, and I still believe that the Restaurant Association, as you see represented here, is still one of the best assets that we have. I hope you patronize them. If you do, you'll get a wonderful surprise for those of you who haven't been there, the diversity, the quality of the food, and even the price. So thanks very much for your attendance here on my part.
With that, one of our members is TT the Bears. This fellow, Dave, just told me he's opening a new, from 11 to 9 sandwich place in there, and also in Drummond. So we're bringing more business in already. With that, we'll just invite you to sample all the food. I mean, anybody who wants to may sample the food and enjoy it. If you want to grab a brochure and come to eat, that's good too. Thank you very much for coming.
Can we eat now?
Yes.
Well, the sodas from Al's lunch disappeared very quickly, but there was plenty of food from La Grosseria, including garlic bread, and the Green Street Grill offered its special cuisine, as well as the Gandhi restaurant. The Middle East had stuffed grape leaves, tabbouleh, hummus, tahini, you name it. And, of course, Toscanini's supplied the ice cream, and very good ice cream it was, too, in 2 flavors, honey and coffee. That concludes our coverage of the International Restaurant Exposition at Cambridge City Hall in Cambridge. And let's not forget Asmara Restaurant with its delicious spongy bread.